Mark chapter 3 verse 13 this morning really blessed me. And listen to what it says. It says, and he went up on the mountain and called to him those he himself wanted, and they came to him. What a wonderful passage. Now there's 3 action words that I want to explain to you. But first let's look at his location. It says that he went up on the mountain. There's a direction word here which shows upwards. And if you think about it, when Jesus went up on the mountain, the disciples were below. And he called, this is our first action word, he called unto himself those that he wanted. Listen, friend, God's calling will always be upwards. The song says that he lifts me out of the miry clay. Out of a deep pit of despair, he reaches in and he will lift you up. He put my feet on the rock to stay. Doesn't matter what problem you are in. Doesn't matter where you are. God's not sleeping. He knows that. And his call will always be upwards. His standard is much higher than our standard. His ways are not our ways. So think about this. He went up on the mountain and he called unto himself. That needs an action to happen. And then we see the reaction. It says, and they came unto him. They responded to the call of God and they went up onto the mountain. Look in the book of Luke, in the gospel according to Luke, we also find a man that came to Jesus and he said, I will follow you wherever you go. And Jesus said, follow me. And one man came and he said, but wait a minute, I first want to go and bury my father. And another came to him and said, I want to go and say goodbye to my family. You see, when the call of God comes in people's lives, some have a lot of excuses. He says, put everything down and follow me. I know that is a really radical change that you have to make. It's a decision. But put your trust in him. He calls you up. And these men responded. In Luke chapter 9 verse 23 it says, and he said to all, this is Jesus Christ, if anyone desires to come after me, what then? Let him deny himself, take up his cross daily and follow me. So in this passage here, he went up on the mountain, he called them unto himself, and they responded, and the Bible says, and they came unto him. Now the last action word here is, he says, then he appointed the 12 in verse 14. Listen to this. First you get the call of God, you respond to the call of God, and then he appoints. Listen again to that. The call, the response to the call, and he appoints. Listen, dear friend, doesn't matter where you are sitting this morning, doesn't matter where you are. The world might look dark, the world might look scary, you might sit in a really difficult situation. Listen to the call of God. He's always calling you. It might be through your circumstances this morning. It might be through many things, but he will always call you up. All you need to do is to respond to him, and then he will appoint. In this particular case, he appointed them to do 4 things. And I want you to listen to the first one. He says, and he appointed them that they might be with him. God's first call always is to be with him. Spend time with God. He wants to spend time with you. He is interested in you. Call upon his name and he will respond. The first call for them is to be with him, that he might send them out to preach. He calls them to be with him, he teaches them, and then he sends them out to preach, to have power, to heal sicknesses and to cast out demons. Listen, friend, if you are not saved this morning, I've got good news for you. His calling will be to call you out of your sinful life. You respond to him and he will appoint you. You will go and tell others. That is the gospel. That's the good news. Don't look around at your circumstances. Look upwards to Christ and respond to his call. May God bless you today.